Hey guys, today we're gonna view friend facts. Yeah.
Welcome to Friend Facts, where you will learn the special qualities that make each character on the island of Sodor different and unique. Thomas has many friends. Thomas can be described as a cheeky, fussy little engine. He often gets into scrapes, usually by being overeager to do things best left to bigger and more sensible engines. But clouds never last long in Thomas's world, and he's soon bustling about again, playing his part in the yard and on his very own branch line, of which he is extremely proud. Edward is one of the older engines in Sir Toby's room. The most important thing about Edward is that he's good-willed and kind. When the other engines misbehave, it's Edward and Sir Topham have turns to calm everyone down and restore order. Henry is a long, fast engine. He has a thoroughbred look, and like all thoroughbreds, tends to be somewhat highly strung and prone to illness. But he has his new shape now, and, sympathetically driven, he'll give any engine a run for its money. Gordon is the senior member of the engine family. The fastest and most powerful, and Sir Topham has strength, and he knows it. He's good-hearted, though, and always willing to forgive, and uses superior strength to help smaller engines out of trouble. James is a medium-sized engine. His 6 driving wheels are not as big as Gordon's, and not as small as Thomas's. He has a fine scarlet coat and brass dome, and likes to think of himself as a really splendid engine. This can occasionally lead to highfalutin ideas about the sort of work suitable for such a noble creature. Invariably, they land James into trouble. Percy is the junior member of the principal team of engines. He is a happy little chap who's normally quite content puffing around the yard with no particular desire for adventure in the great world outside. He's always keen to oblige, a fact of which the other engines are apt to take advantage. Toby is old-fashioned, both in looks and outlook. Every engine, no matter how old, wants to be really useful, and having once nearly been strapped, Toby is always happy. He's not above being temperamental sometimes, but since he works nearly up on the outlying quarry line, he can work off his moods without causing grief to anyone except his own faithful coach, Henrietta. Mavis is a feisty young diesel who works at the quarry. She's full of her own ideas and doesn't take kindly to advice. She has a lot to learn about the troublesome trucks, but with Toby's help, is learning to be a really useful engine. Bertie has a great deal in common with Thomas. Ever since their great race, they have been the firmest of friends. Bertie's strongest characteristic is his friendly grin and his readiness to help any engine prepared to admit that, just sometimes, roads have their uses as well as rails. Like all cranes, Cranky has a high and mighty attitude, which often annoys the engines. Cranky knows that if he ever gets too big for his crane, the engines have ways of reacting. However, Cranky enjoys teasing him because, he says, it makes for good working relationships. Don't ask Percy if he agrees. In a railway family, Harold can hardly avoid having a high profile. He brings a welcome spot of dash to the quiet landscape of Sodor whenever he appears, and even if the noise he makes is occasionally rare, he is good-hearted, and the engines are always pleased to see him. Devious Diesel, as he is referred to by the other engines, is always bad news when he's around. Oily, scheming, and ever ready to stir up trouble in the shed, his characteristic smirk is a sure sign that someone somewhere is in for a bit of trouble. Arry, along with his brother Bert, is a diesel engine that works down in the scrapyards and smelting the shed. As with most diesel engines, Arry feels that diesel engines are much superior to steam engines and enjoys breaking them down when he gets the chance. Bert, along with his brother Arry, is a diesel engine that works down in the scrapyards and smelting shed. Iron Bert loves breaking up old steam engines and would really like to melt down Stepney and Oliver if given the chance. Terence is an honest and hard-working tractor who has often been the subject of teasing from the younger engines because of his caterpillar traits. He takes it all in good fun, though, and always gets the job done. Trevor is an old tractor who enjoys dozing in the sun, but dislikes being left outside for too long. He loves to show that he's still very useful and capable of a good day's work. But best of all, he likes when parents bring their children to the farm so he can give them rides around the fields. The troublesome trucks are the rascals of Sir Toby Railroad, who take great delight in causing trouble for whichever engine has them hold them. Noisy and silly, they talk a lot and do not attend to what they are doing. Salty, the dockside diesel, is a hard-working engine who loves to tell tales of his life by the sea. He will occasionally work in port and other areas, but is happiest down by the docks. Salty is a little rough around the edges, but has a great big heart and will always rush to aid any engine, be it steam or fellow diesel. Harvey is a good-natured crane engine. Sir Toby brought him to the island to help with the loading and unloading of freight. No job is too big for him. He's used in the yards, the docks, and building sites, but his true home is the Soder Waterworks. Although the other engines teased him at first for his unique look, Harvey soon proved that he, too, was a really useful engine. Elizabeth is a beautifully restored vintage steam wagon who, like all trucks on the island, believes that roads are much better than rails. She tends to wear a scowl and will be quick to correct the engines who comment on her age by exclaiming, "I'm not old, I'm vintage." She has no patience for dawdlers. If you are here, you better be here to work.
Well, folks, peace out and goodbye.